Mr. Ras makes you take pages upon pages of notes on his videos. And what's worse, he tells corny jokes. I don't want to learn geometry.
Trust me, son. If I did fine, you should too. Geometry is fun if you give it a chance. Oh, here's your carpool. Time to get on.
Don't let them take me!
Man, look at how happy he looks. You know, all this talk about geometry puts me in the mood for a little refresher. Mom always said you could tell a lot about a triangle by its side lengths. You know, in terms of quantity and its relationship with other triangles. Don't understand Mom's wisdom? That's okay. I'll explain a little more. Like I said before, proportion is directly defined as the relationship of one thing to another, like quantity, size, or number, or more specifically, the ratio. If Little Gump is getting beat up by someone who is 6 feet tall, and he is 3 feet tall, then the ratio would be 2 to 1. I can talk about the similarity between Little Gump and his classmates, even though Little Gump isn't as similar to his classmates because he usually just sits home and plays COD all day. This isn't COD, it's geometry. So, in terms of body similarity, if Little Gump and his classmate are similar in width and height, how would we find the ratio? Simply put, the width is already given to you as the ratio 3 to 2. However, the ratio between heights is not given, so when we divide both of them by 1.5, our ratio comes to also be 3 to 2. This is pretty easy, since we already knew that the objects were similar. But in some cases, you don't know if the objects were similar. So, when trying to figure this out, ratios come in handy.
But wait, as we can see, Paul Smart failed to get over the board. However, we know this task can be accomplished with something simple, geometry. We start with the proportion of the ramp to the board. If we know that the ramp has to be 2 times the size of the board to gap it, then we can move on to the actual measurements. If the board is 1 foot in height, then how high would the ramp have to be similar but still in the given proportion? All we have to do is multiply by 2 and we get our answer. The ramp would have to be 2 feet in height, making the ratio 2 to 1. Now we can move on to ratios expressed through slope. If the slope is not given to us, how can it be found? Well, this also has to do with ratios. If one side of the ramp is located at the ground, which we'll call the origin, and the farthest point from it is 1 feet away and 2 feet in the air, then we can find the slope using a normal formula. This would be expressed as 2 minus 0 over 1 minus 0, making the slope 2. Now back to the movie. Maybe scootering isn't his forte.
Interesting report. Are you Paul Smart, math cop?
Yeah, that's me. Why?
We've uncovered some important documents sent from Mr. S himself. I'm sorry to deliver the bad news, but you failed the Police Academy math test. I'm so sorry.
No! I'm gonna lose everything! What's everybody at the equation station gonna think of me when they find out I got a negative 21 out of 21 on the math test? How's that even possible? Oh, well, at least I have all my homework ready to turn in for the retake. Oh, come on! I never thought it'd come to this. Oh, dang it, who is it? Hello? Who is this?
Hello, Mr. Smart. I've heard that you have quite a name in the mathematics community. Is that correct?
Well, that was until I failed my test. Now I'm not much of a math cop anymore.
Well, Polly, I'll make you a deal. You may not have noticed yet, but your daughter is missing. I kidnapped her.
Wait a minute. What was that last part? You stole my daughter? Dude, that's messed up.
I'm sorry, but I can't help it. You must know that I haven't always been this way. It all started way back in the 8th grade. Oh man, what a dreadful year.
Why was it so dreadful?
I developed some bad study habits. You know how it goes.
No, I really don't.
Well, I had high hopes going into geometry. I thought I was destined to be a math god, like you're trying to be. Until
what?
Until I didn't turn my homework in on time. Since I had no other options, I thought Stealing kids from innocent cops would be a good backup plan. Anyways, enough about my life story. I suggest you refer to the map that I have sent to you personally.
Thank you.
If we are situated as given on the map, then you can find the exact distance you have to travel to get me and save your daughter. The clock is ticking, Mr. Smart.
Oh no, how am I supposed to do this after failing a test? Think. I've got it! If this distance is 20 feet and this distance is 25 feet, then the similarity ratio is 4 to 5. And if this distance is 40 feet, then I can find this distance. Since 20 over 25 is equal to 40 over x, then we can cross multiply to get 20x equals 1,000. Then all we have to do is divide 1,000 by 20, and we get x to equal 50. If he wants me to be right here, then he must be over there. Oh wait, I see them! Uh-oh, they're hiding behind the geometry. If his body is 2.5 feet across and 2 feet wide, then I want to make my lasso of a 2 to 3 similarity ratio. So the lasso must be 3 feet wide and 3.75 feet across. You have some nerve kidnapping my daughter. I'll never let you go. I'm not done with you.